Hey, good morning. Welcome back to the Daily Deer. Today is February 12th. I think this is day 43 of the Daily Deer. So if you've listened in and you've made it 43 days in, thanks for trekking into the deer woods with us every day. Today's topic is putting shed antlers to good use. And the quote to kind of follow along with that is by Fred Bear. The value of a trophy is measured by the effort put into acquiring it. And boy, oh boy, let me tell you, I can probably much more likely get and hunt and kill and tag a deer, a buck that is, than I can find a shed antler. Miles for piles is the expression, and I go mile for no pile at all. I've only ever found one shed antler, and it was during the gun rifle season in Wisconsin in November. So very unlikely time. I obviously wasn't looking for a shed antler and happened upon one. It seems though when I go out looking for them, I do not find them. And there's all sorts of variables. I'm on public land. Maybe the antlers haven't dropped. Maybe they have. Maybe the mice got to 'em, maybe another hunter picked them up. Like I'm looking in the wrong areas. I, I just there's it's such a vast sea of variable that I've yet to ever find one. But that being said, as Fred Barrett mentions here, the trophy is measured by the effort put into acquiring it. So the one that I do have, I think it's about the coolest damn trophy I have in my house, just about. It's really exciting to have that. I was very, very, jacked when that happened. And shed hunting isn't necessarily about the quote unquote chase. It's about what you do with your finds in some cases or how you enjoy your time out there while you're searching for them. And I've always found that if I go shed hunting, more eyes are better than one. So if you got your dog or a buddy or two, like it's a good way to go canvas and search an area and just get on some property and get outside. Like there's a lot of joy in just being out there. But I wanted to touch on one of our partners, actually, Rack Hub, because they have a very unique way of displaying sheds, and it's actually pretty cool. So I'll get into that in a minute. But antlers do tell a story, and rather than letting them pile up in a dusty corner, there are plenty creative ways to showcase them. Which I'm reading my notes here. Whether you're turning them into home decor or giving them to your dog as a chew toy, which I reluctantly will do that with some of the deer. I don't know. It's kind of a weird thing. I don't. It's one that I shot. I don't want to, but I've had some antlers, I think, laying around for someone had given me some for like, rattling, and I don't rattle much. I finally was like, okay, maybe I'll get to the dog. Anyway, I don't know what people do with theirs, but you can really decorate with them in pretty creative ways. So if you go to rackhub.com/okayest, they have R1 mount and R2 mount. R1 just stands for uno or like one. There's one antler. So it's a way to mount a single antler, which I have proudly displayed here in our studio. And you can take the antler off, put it back on, rotate it, shift it, move it, get it to whatever position you would like. If you find a match set, you can get the R2 and you can actually display both antlers in a really, like I said, creative way that I don't think exists without them in the way that they do it anyways. It's like a ball bearing system. So really cool product, really way to display antlers. They had some other ones where you could display them on like a wood plaque. And I saw one guy that was using the wood plaque as a way to like be on his bookshelf to hold his books up. And obviously all the books were then like hunt centric conservation books. Really, really cool stuff. They also have their R2 XL, which is for mounting like elk antlers and moose paddles or antlers. And those things are big and they're heavy. And it dawned on me the other day seeing one of their main like hero images on their website. They had moose antlers above a fireplace, and I was like, "Holy crap!" I mean, that's really cool. Moose antlers are huge. And Derek, who does the podcast with us, he's been doing these daily deers as well. And he's our actual shed hunting expert, if you will. He goes moose shed hunting up in the Boundary Waters, and he's like, "Well, actually, they're pretty easy to find because they're so damn big." I was like, "Oh, go figure." And he's brought one of the moose paddles to Foam Fest, which is a 3D archery event we put on in August every year. This year will be our fourth year, I think. And he'll bring that moose paddle for we do a shed antler hunt for the kids. And so he'll go plant shed antlers like an Easter egg hunt, essentially. And the moose paddle is always like a very exciting one for the kids to find. So even if you have really big sheds like that, it can look really beautiful and you don't have to go kill a moose. Not to say you shouldn't, but like it's probably expensive or you're flying to Alaska and all this stuff. So if that's not on like your immediate agenda, it might be easier to just get up to northern Minnesota and the boundary waters and go look for some sheds. Like that'd be really cool. So the tip for a clean, professional way to display your sheds, check out Rack Hub. I'll link it in the show notes here so you can go see what I'm talking about and take a look at their website, browse around. It's very affordable too. I think that's the other part of that. Like, it's not to take away from taxidermy and taxidermists. There's a value in having a shoulder mount. In some cases, if you do find shed antlers or um, a dead head, they have ways to display all of these things. So it's just a great way to get your memories up on the wall in a way that maybe you otherwise wouldn't. So every shed is a piece of hunting history, whether it becomes a wall display or a functional tool for your dog or it's a cherished memento. You can find a way to honor it and share the stories that it tells. And yeah, I think I don't know, some about antlers are just getting your hands on antlers, finding them, and like looking. I don't know. We're obsessed. It's an obsessive thing. That's why we have a daily deer podcast because we can't stop thinking about this stuff. So that's the daily deer tip for today. Hopefully, you guys. I don't know if you're ready. Are displaying your antlers in a creative way. I'd love to hear about it. You can comment on these on our YouTube. You can also email us. I believe you can comment on our newsletter and on Spotify. You can comment. So if you've had some creative ways to mount antlers, I'd love to hear what everyone else is doing. As shed season kind of is like about to be in full force here. So thanks for tuning in and trekking into the Deerwoods. Have a good day.